Nashville.
Yeah.
I heard Nashville's like the new L.A.
Nashville,
I heard
well, Nashville's always been Nashville for like music. LA's acting. Nashville.
You've been?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in Nashville a lot.
Have you?
So I was in the last year. I was in Nashville every month and a half for like 2 weeks at a time. So I would stay, yeah, because I was writing so much with artists there, and that's where a lot of my community is. So I kind of got brought in with a guy. I got brought into the city by a guy named Sampson. I'm no relation, and he's like a big writer there, and basically introduced me to his publisher, introduced me to that kind of world. And yeah, so I started going. Once I signed a publishing deal with Sonic here, we started going there full tilt. So I'll go there for 2 weeks at a time and write. I would write every day for 2 weeks with different people, strangers, and then I would sometimes 2 a day. So I'd write 2 songs a day. So
they're paying you for write these 2 songs?
No, they're not paying me. I'm getting paid through. My publisher is like picking up the flights and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Because they're paid me in advance and they take a percentage of my publishing.
Okay.
So I'm there. They're basically setting me up to write with these artists in hopes of getting cuts with other artists.
Oh, see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I was doing that full tilt, and that was supposed to be my whole next 3-year trajectory. We had so many flights booked because we were going so much, and then we had to cancel everything. So it was cool. I mean, I'm still thinking about moving there, to be honest.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's just where my industry's at.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still writing with all those guys on Zoom pretty much.
Wow.
And I'm either, when I was getting those rights, at first, when I first started going there, I'd go there, I'd have 2 weeks there, and I'd have maybe 5 rights set up. But then I would hit the ground, and I would be on Instagram, and I would be messaging people.
No way.
And name dropping, and trying to do anything I can to get in a room with these guys.
Yeah.
So, it's actually started to work out where...
It's a hustle.
Where by, the 5th or 6th time I was going down there, I was overstacked, and if anything canceled, I could pick up a new one pretty quick. And it was great, man. I love the vibe. That's where my industry's at. It just doesn't exist here.
Yeah, I agree.
There's only a couple of guys that are really doing that around here, and everyone's so busy, it's hard to connect. So, I mean, there's people like Dylan Guthrow or Bria McKinnon, Corey LaRue, Neon Dreams, Quake Matthews a little bit. I mean, I'm talking about like on the co-writing side of things, but it's a pretty small circle.
So it's almost like you gotta leave.
You don't have to leave. I don't have to leave at all.
No.
I can stay here and live here and fly
make a living.
There. Yeah, as long as I'm there, and like you can just. It's kind of like it's a town where. You have to keep coming back or living there, or it's because you can't go back there every 4 months because you're going to lose your steam. People aren't going to book you publishers aren't going to book you in to write with their artists because there's somebody else came in. There's 25,000 songwriters in that town.
Wow.
That's a music city. Has
it always been like that? Yes,
it's the only town. It's the only city in the world where the industry is music. It's like
that's it.
Yes, but it's the idea is like, but it's a really small circle of the people that are really doing it because, like anywhere else, think of it like L.A. Everybody goes there to be an actor. How many people actually end up like
less than 1%
doing it? Yes, exactly. And like Nashville and like the U.S., there's 300 million people in the U.S., and every Joe Blow from every shitty American town, small town, that everyone's gassing them up like, Becky, she's hot, she's got a great voice, you got to go to Nashville, you're going to make it. So everyone's gassing them up, and they all get off the bus, and it's like that everywhere. All those small towns, right?
Yeah.
Especially the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
And
what's the Bible Belt?
Well, it's just like Ohio, and it's just like
the Bible
very,
Belt.
very religious Midwest America, and or the Banjo Belt, either or. But and they show up there, and they flood that town, right? But they're not.
It's oversaturated.
Yeah, but there's not a whole lot of doesn't mean they're good enough to be there. So everybody's there trying to be famous. Everyone's there, got their cowboy boots, but it's really small. And I actually got really lucky getting there and getting into. I almost skipped 5 years of going there and living there and getting to know people because of some people that I knew there. I kind of got to bypass the bullshit a little bit of like the real hard. I'm not bypassing the grind, but I got in some nice rooms and I got in with some nice publishers really quick, where it takes, some people will spend their whole life there and never get in those rooms, only because Gordy Sampson, who's a big hookup. I don't know if you know who Gordy is.
I know who
Gordy
he is.
He's from home, and he wrote Jesus Takes the Wheel.
What?
He wrote like.
Where's he from?
He's from Sydney.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like.
Jesus Take the Wheel.
Yes, man.
Wait, I saw him at a songwriter circle last year.
Probably Bruce Guthrow.
With Bruce Guthrow.
Exactly. Yeah.
And he was incredible. Same with Bruce, and there was another person there too.
Yeah. Those guys are like. So I mean, Gordy wrote a million other number ones. He wrote like "Knockin' Boots."
Yeah, I know "Knockin' Boots."
Yeah, the Luke Bryan song. Scott Hellman this year. I know that you got hang-ups, baby, please don't hang up.
Yeah,
that's
one.
a number one there. Like he's, and oh my God, Rascal Flatts, Keith Urban, Bon Jovi, Tim McGraw, Faith Hill, Carrie Underwood, like all these, like it's really big. He's one of like the top % writers there, you know.
He lives there full time?
Yeah, he's lived there for like 15 years. So he kind of brought me in to his circle because when I was 22, just finishing university, I got invited to a song camp of his. And he was like coming back. It was like the Gordy Sampson song camp.
Yeah, Quake was at that too,
Quake
right?
was at it. Yeah. Like a lot of people went through it. But I got invited the first year, and I was there for every year since, 10 years.